we should do some makeup because I've been doing something just like slightly different the last couple of days, and I've actually had a lot of compliments on it. So I'll kind of brief through the foundation part of it because that's not really changed a ton. It's just my normal Saint makeup foundation, which I have used for, I don't know, 8+ years. It's my favorite, the compact, the simplicity, but most of all, the glow that it gives the skin and just its overall finish. It's the best. So I'm gonna start off with the Nova Illuminator, which this basically, I'm not gonna use a ton, but this is essentially like using like any of the, what are they called? Like, you know, the Charlotte Tilbury, like it just gives you like a little bit of a glow on the skin before, like the flawless finish. That's what it is, like Charlotte Tilbury's flawless finish. So I start off with that, just giving a little tiny bit of a glow basically everywhere, but I'm not using a ton, just a little, but you can kind of see already what that's done, just a little glow. So if you haven't used Saint foundation or you haven't seen anything about it before, most of you have been around for a minute and you've seen me do this a bajillion times, but I'll show you just in case. I always have a main shade here, which is like the closest color to my skin, and then I've got a little bit of a brightening shade to help brighten. This is the 01 in the Demi Corrector, so it's like a correcting shade. Starting off with the foundation, I go in with my darker color that's like my main shade, and I literally just kind of get it on the skin, like in the areas that I'm gonna need coverage. And I like to just apply it with a little brush like this. This makes it so that I don't get too much makeup on my skin. Like the biggest mistake that people make is that they use way too much, and that's what makes it crease. It makes the texture not right. It's cakey. It's just, it doesn't do us any favors for our skin. So then we'll go in with the lighter shade, which I like to just do a little bit down here along my jawline. And then I'm gonna go right here and down the nose. Once I got that on, I just go in with a bigger brush and blend it. Just blend it into the skin. That's it for foundation. So that's my foundation. Next I'm going in with bronzer and blush. And I've just kind of been doing this very haphazardly, but it's turning out great. So I just take the bronzer, which is tan lines. I go in with tan lines and I'm just like, I do this. So I tap it in tan lines quite a few times, get some on the brush. Then I go into, this is Frenchie. I've also used Madrid, and I love Madrid, but it's not available. So Frenchie's the next closest. Go into Frenchie and like literally one tap or two taps into Pop. And then I just press that right into the cheekbone, like so. So a whole bunch of bronzer, a little bit of Frenchie, and a little bit of Pop. And there we have the blush. Now I'm going in with bronzer, tan lines, just the tan lines to kind of warm up or contour my forehead. These three colors can be used, they're cream and they blend seamlessly, but they can be used with any foundation. Any foundation. You don't have to use Saint's foundation. The creams are gorgeous. The other place I'm gonna go in with bronzer real quick is on my eyes. This is gonna give you like the easiest eye look ever. And again, very haphazardly. I'm not like super worried about a blend here. I'm just getting like color and depth on my eyes. Just blend it up and out. Up and out. I do like to go under the eye too with that same color. just like that. I will come back and put like a powdered eyeshadow on top of the cream that I just put up there to set it, but I'm gonna move into the under eye next. Okay, so I've just been taking like a eyeshadow brush, like a small fluffy eyeshadow brush. You could use any brush. And then I dip it into my highlight color, the darker one, and not a lot. I'm just getting a little bit on there, and then I'm dipping it into this 01 here, and this gives it, this 01 is gonna give you a little bit more of like a brightening effect as well as like a neutralizing effect under the eye, okay? So I just have been taking it and kind of going under the eye, and it's not, I'm not actually going like directly under the eye. I wanna avoid as much product as possible under here. I'm almost going directly under the back of my eye, right? And then I'm kind of dragging it down this way and then blending that in. So using a very light brush, very small, very precise, as minimal as possible product from the under eye area. That will avoid, you won't get any creasing, you won't get any texture, none of that. It's just like this little pop of the orange gives it like a smoothing effect, a brightening effect. But the key here is it has to be like, boink, the tiniest amount. Oh, the absolute tiniest amount, and then just use it to kind of subtly blend. You could even go a little bit here to brighten. If you feel like you need a little more blush anywhere, you can totally go in with whatever color you want and add like some more pop of color. I'm just taking a little tiny bit of the one that is called Pop. It's my longtime favorite. I use it every single day. I love Pop, but I usually always mix it with another blush. For the eyes, I'm gonna take Valencia, which is just a creamsicle orange, and basically just go over the whole lid to set that cream bronzer so that it doesn't crease, it doesn't get like sticky or anything like that. It'll just set it, plus it kind of softens it a little bit and then blends everything out, because this is just like a pretty creamsicle. Also under the eye. Then you can go in and set with a powder if you like. I love this, the NARS powder. It's my favorite because it's super, super subtle. It's probably, I feel like it's the best setting powder if you don't love a like super powdery finish or a super matte finish. I feel like this just kind of goes in and absorbs just a little bit of oil and kind of mattifies in the areas that you want it. So I'll go in and mattify. I like to keep this area more dewy, so I just kind of mattify under there. I'm actually not gonna line with black eyeliner today, and I know this is Tower 28's one liner. It's a lip liner, but I've kind of been using it the last couple of days as a liner in the inside of my eye, because it's just like a soft brown. Maybe I'll line the lips a little. I got it out. Pretty dark for the lips. Let's curl the lashes and top it off with some mascara. So if you want to try Saint makeup and you don't know where to start, I would love to help you. In order to love cream makeup, you have to have the right colors. It's like the most important part. You have to have the right colors, otherwise you'll hate it. I'll put my link here and you just fill out the color match form. It's super easy. Another way too is the collections. So Saint offers like these pre-built collections, and they've been curated specifically for skin tones. Those are a good place to start too. Something that I really love about Saint is it's super customizable. So if you want more heavy coverage, you can use a little bit more. But if you want really light coverage, you can go extra light and extra sheer with it. What makes all the difference is the brushes that you use to apply. Like if you use a really fluffy, less dense brush, you're gonna get a lighter coverage. If you use more of a dense brush, you're gonna get a fuller coverage. So that's what's super cool about it, is you can completely customize it to what you're looking for. The finish that you get from Saint Makeup is just, I truly think it's unmatched. I've sworn by it for years. It's unmatched. Let me move back here where the lighting's a little better. Let me not step on Finn, who's laying on the floor. Ow! Sorry. All right, here we are. So here is the finished product. Natural light, no filters, no edits, no ring lights, no nothing. So it really is the best. It's such pretty makeup and so easy and truly foolproof. Is that the right word?
No.
What is it?
I don't know. I'm a fool.
You just can't mess it up, honestly.